Buenos dias, this is Kai Pacha with the Weekly Pele Report. Just a little astrology for the soul, July 26th of 2017. I'm doing a little last shot of the old bananas here. Taking off this afternoon for London, gonna be gone for about 6 weeks. I gotta say goodbye to my bananas. Look, there's one bunch over there. I got 3 bunches going on here, but you know, let's keep it with the astrology a little bit. And that is what? The Sun conjunct Mars moving through Leo this entire week. We had that new moon at 0 degrees of Leo, okay, with energy rushing to our heads. It was the powerful Sabaian symbol for that degree, 0 degrees of Leo. Now the moon is moving on, the moon's in Virgo, and she's going to cruise on up into Libra on Thursday. Friday, she's going to conjunct with Jupiter. A beautiful moon-Jupiter conjunction, and it will be, of course, square to Pluto, because Jupiter is traveling along now. See that banana far back in the back? See if I can get all 3 banana bunches in one shot. See off to the right? There's another one. That's Jupiter, baby. The frickin' tropics are Jupiter, you know, just more. Totally awesome. Where was I? Yeah? Well, then the energy shifts a little bit on Saturday as that moon moves into Scorpio. And we come into a first quarter square. Yeah? 7 degrees, 39 minutes of Scorpio. That moon is going to square the sun at 7 degrees, 39 minutes of Leo. The lion and the scorpion, that's what I want to be talking about today. All right? Yeah, very powerful energy happening. And then on Monday, Venus, you know, I mean, was this like not real? It was a little rough, Venus opposite Saturn here with that new moon last weekend, huh? Wow. Well, she's kind of done with that now. And she's going to be moving into Cancer on Monday. So we're going to have Mercury, you know, the ruler of Virgo, you know, in Virgo, Venus, you know, a nice feminine energy planet moving into Cancer, a nice feminine water energy sign with the Sun and Mars in Leo, a dynamic, fiery sign. It's a pretty, this could be an amazing week. This can be a very amazing weekend, and I just want to discuss a little bit with you, looking at the camera, the pluses and the minuses of that energy pattern. Okay, baby. Oh, yeah. Check it out. Ready? And... yeah, Leo the lion. Oh my God. A powerful, powerful creature. And I know I tend to stress that Leo is light and playful and fun, and it's time to, you know, party and dance and, you know, have love and make love and romance and everything. But I was just on YouTube last night, and you just type in lion roar. Yeah, okay? And you know what comes up? Not only is lions roaring, but lions are hunting, lions are killing, lions are mean, ferocious, outrageously powerful, aggressive, violent creatures. Carnivores that tear their prey apart, you know, and just, you know, scare off the hyenas and, you know, take down giraffes and buffaloes and, you know, things that are, you know, 6 times their size. It's, you know, we really want to look at this lion energy in its totality and in its reality. Okay? It is very powerful energy. And it's not just now the Sun moving through Leo, it's Mars together with the Sun moving through Leo. And Mars, we know, is the god of war, of violence, of assertion. okay, that is very much about my desires, my needs, and my wants. So this is just a time where each and every one of us can have our desire body, the lion in us that is about desire, really come forward in all of its splendor, in all of its power, in all of its glory. But then we also just have to look at the up and the down side of it. Yeah? Because if we think of kings and even queens, okay, whether it was Cleopatra or Alexander the Great, I mean, we think of, you know, Napoleon was a Leo, actually. You know, we think of conquerors. And in these past patriarchal times, how Leo has manifested, okay, as this lion. And it's very amazing. This is the true instinctive natural expression of the lion is, yeah, the king or the queen of the jungle. And like, we can judge it, like it or not, okay, if it's pretty or not. The fact of the matter remains, okay, you know, that the Romans conquered, okay, the Greeks, you know, and you know, we rebelled, you know, the United States rebelled against, you know, England, and Christopher Columbus came over and conquered Mexico. And it's like this conquering is part of the evolutionary process, whether we enjoy it, whether we like it, whether it's pretty or not. You know, culture expands. Okay, you know, Catholicism and the missionaries, okay, the Crusades. You think of all, you know, whether it's religious or political or financial or whatever, you know, this conquering, okay, you know, Microsoft versus Apple, you know, and Google, you know, conquering the internet. This is still going on. We're not ending, okay, competition and conquering and one-upmanship and more. This is, you know, come on, man. This is part of our human nature. And it's getting aware of it, being conscious of it, you know, working with it so that it doesn't become violent and destructive. That is part of the evolution of consciousness. And we think of Aries and Leo. These are both the first within the, you know, the first 6 signs below the horizon in the natural horoscope on a much more instinctive personal level. And then you think of the 3rd fire sign, you know, Sagittarius. And here we've got Black Moon Lilith, and we've got Saturn in Sagittarius, the wise, the elder, Sagittarius the teacher. And this is the what? Half man, half horse. So there it's like, you know, laid out, okay, you know, this symbol of the centaur is human consciousness connecting with and directing the horse, the animal, the fertility, virility, okay, energy of, yes, that animal nature. And then after Sagittarius comes, yeah, Capricorn, half goat, half fish. We could go into that, but maybe later. And then Aquarius, the water bearer, and then finally Pisces, right? So it's this, you know, this whole movement through the time period here. I want to read to you today because I really want to juxtapose, okay, this whole Leo-Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio also is a killer. The scorpion, you know, sting kills. So Leo and Scorpio are the 2 killers of the zodiac, the lion and the scorpion. Other than that, we've got vegetarians and, you know, people and fish and stuff like that, you know, scales and, you know, twins and whatever, you know. So as we move through it, I want to read the Sabaian Symbols again. This is like my favorite book by Dane Rudhyar. I bring it up over and over and over again. Okay, an astrological mandala. The Sabaian Symbols are symbols that Elsie Wheeler, a psychic, just, you know, held up blank cards to her forehead. And on the card, the only thing that was written was a degree, and they were shuffled. And she got different images for each degree of the zodiac, 360 degrees, 360 cards, 360 images and symbols. And these have been, interpreted different ways. I really prefer Dane Rudhyar. Just in case that's not clear. So we always bump it up, right? Okay, so if it's, if the sun is at 7 degrees 39 minutes, that is the 8th degree of Leo. And the symbol for the 8th degree of Leo, okay, that Elsie Wheeler, the psychic, held that card up. And what did she see? She saw a communist activist spreading his revolutionary ideals. This is where the sun is this week, with Mars moving through this degree. Okay? The keynote is the emotional and ideological attempt to return to a state of non-differentiation and chaos as a prelude to a new type of order. Oh yeah. Bring down the hierarchy. Bring down the patriarchy. Revolutionize, rebel, bring in the new world order. Yes. And, yeah, in a way, this is conquering. Okay, this is in a way destroying. This is as a Shiva quality to it, of destruction of the old order to make way for the new. You plow the field and then you plant the new seed. There is this moment of destruction and chaos and a return to like madness or wildness as a precondition to the emergence of a new order. Now, the thing is, okay, that this can be done consciously, or this can, you get the mob consciousness, okay, you get into a crowd of people, and that energy builds, you go and jump into the mosh pit, at your rock concert, and it gets really wild, particularly if you throw in some drugs or alcohol or, other substances. It gets like, and it can spiral and spin and you can lose control. And then this is where that wild nature can like be overly, okay, destructive, narcissistic, unaware, unconscious of other people, of our effects upon other people, of the hurt and the pain and the suffering that we can cause to our partners, to our kids, to our friends, to the world at large, okay? And we can go too far, okay, and be the bomber, okay, the suicide bomber that's, just like, just out of madness, yeah? Too much energy, overwhelming, okay, the ego. This is where, the positive effect of the ego is quite necessary. And we then want to look at this moon comes into Scorpio after Libra, connecting with Jupiter. Okay, then she goes ahead and opposes Uranus, squares Pluto, and moves into Scorpio to trine Neptune over there in Pisces. And what is the 8th degree of Scorpio? She comes into the square with Leo, a calm lake bathed in moonlight. A quiet openness to higher inspiration. I want to read what Dane Rudhyar says about this, yeah? It's beautiful. One could stress the romantic suggestions such an image evokes, but even at the level of a love relationship, what is implied is a surrender of two personal egos to the inspiration of transcendent feelings, which are essentially impersonal. Love expresses itself through the lovers. For real love with a capital L is a cosmic, undifferentiated principle or power which simply focuses itself within the souls of human beings who reflect its light. The same is true of the mystic's love for God. Humanity strives hard to achieve great things through daring Leonian adventures. But a moment comes when all that really matters is to present a calm mind upon which a supernal light may be reflected. You kind of get this square. You kind of get this image. And I also even want to bring in, I'm giving this whole workshop in London this weekend on the Leo-Aquarius axis. Okay, the moon's nodes moving through Leo. That's why we have these eclipses coming in Leo. I just did an eclipse webinar, okay, on Leo, and I'm going to do a radio interview talking about Leo energy. And we have to include Aquarius, this impersonal, the guidance factor, so that we're not too caught up in our own selves. And then we act as channels of light. Then we are reflections of a higher principle of love, rather than a lower earthly expression of power. And so it's a trip, because I came up with this mantra, in the early hours of this morning, before I saw Dane Rudhyar and the frickin' Sabaian symbols, man. And I look at these Sabaian symbols and they say the same thing that the mantra says. So let's really, if you really, feel into this energy. Yeah, it's super powerful this week. The lion in me is a hunter. Yes? That stalks and devours its prey. But if with love I can channel, that power can lead the way. The king or the queen as a power leads the way into the future, whether it's with armies or culture or religion or ideas of revolution, of bringing down the patriarchy and bringing in a more socialized, feminine, empowered energy to the future age of Aquarius. We want to bring this in. We want to lead in. Yes? The shepherd brings the flock. So, Leo is this lead energy. And we don't want to deny it, suppress it, and shoot down anyone who is really inspired to bring a new creative vision, dream, experience into the world. Heck no. This is beautiful. You can't create dances or movies or books or anything without this creative power. And we can fear it in ourselves, and we can try to shoot down other people who are doing it out of jealousy or whatever. That's the downside of Scorpio. But we can also, while we're doing that, keep in our mind Aquarius, keep in our mind Scorpio, keep in mind, impersonal love. Yeah? And we can channel this power, so that it's not a self-centered, egotistical, my way, look how great I am kind of a thing, but that we build stages for other people, and we pass that karaoke microphone over to our neighbor, and we give everybody the spotlight, and we create more stages and more spotlights so that everybody has a good time. So have a good time, man. Enjoy, this beautiful Leonian energy that's creative, inspiring, and dynamic. One more time with that. The lion is a hunter. Oh, the lion in me is a hunter that stalks and devours its prey. But if with love I can channel, that power can lead the way. May you lead the way instead of devouring your prey. Namaste, aloha, so much love.